Hello everyone! And welcome back to another video by me, Astrei. I hope you're all doing great because personally I've been doing really good. 2 weeks ago I arrived back to Canada from my trip and I also moved into a new place. I'm very happy with this change. My room is like 2 or 3 times bigger than my old room used to be and it's a bit cheaper too. Now life is a lot more relaxing and I'm so much happier. It took me a little bit to come back online as I needed to move my computer and my tablet and those sorts of things, but I really want to show you my current setup. Good morning everyone, Astrei from the future here, and this is my setup. It is pretty crappy at the moment. As you can very obviously tell, it's also like completely dirty. My room is a mess. I'm not gonna show you my room. We have this bad boy over here. It's a mask from, I don't even know where this is from. I'm just a poser and I think it looks cool. I got this desk in Walmart. I think it was 120 bucks. This was my last bit of income, but I think it's pretty worth it. Otherwise I would just not be able to use my room. I moved into this room like maybe 2 weeks ago, so I'm still getting my stuff together. So over here we have the computer and it is so beautiful. This is like a Twink and Coke. This is better. Like, wow. Bruh. You can see like all the things doing their thing. I don't know the specs and I don't really give a fuck. I just bought it because it has like rainbow LEDs, so it must be good. Over here we have an apple and some cereal cause bitch gotta eat. And yeah, this is my drawing tablet actually. I don't have a monitor, so I kind of have to use this as my only monitor at the moment. And I keep all of my electronics over here. So it's like the only way for it to get support. So yeah, that's about it. Back to the video. With that out of the way, I want to talk about today's topic. This is gonna be a very special video for those who have been following me for a while now, as I'm gonna talk about the game I used to make a couple of years ago. This is a game called Coldest Summer, and it's pretty much the reason or one of the reasons I started this channel. As you know, this channel currently has the whole niche indie horror approach, but that wasn't always the case. When I first made this channel, it was exclusively supposed to be an archive for the stuff I posted on Twitter. That's why my first videos include a 3D model and very simple animations. In fact, the very first video that was uploaded here was a Friday Night Funkin' mod showcase of a character called Carmine. It's very interesting to think that I started this account by coding stuff, when now if you showed me that string of code I would have no idea how to continue it. It absolutely was beginner's luck, because I had never tried coding anything in my life before that. So even if it's not a finished mod or impressive at all, I think it's still kinda cool that I was able to pick a new skill in such a short amount of time. I think I made it in 3 days or so. Actually, now that I remember, the astrei_cat Twitter account was originally dedicated to game dev stuff, just to learn and to get new ideas. I'd like to think of myself as a creative person and I've always wanted to get into the field of game development. I was working on a bunch of different projects back in 2021. Sadly, none of them were finished or got super far into development, but I still wrote pretty lengthy storylines for them and I have hope that I will be able to get back to working on them eventually. Even if they're buried somewhere in a group chat or forgotten in a hard drive, I know for a fact that they still exist. However, I'm not so sure about Coldest Summer. Therefore, today I'm talking about how my own game became lost media. So, I made my first YouTube channel when I was 10 years old. My videos were very simple. I used to record myself playing with Bionicles or making really shitty stop motions with them. But one thing led to another, and then my class discovered I'd made YouTube videos, which wasn't that much of an issue until I entered middle school, where I was bullied relentlessly for those videos. I was sad and stressed, and I think I was also upset with myself for making something so quote-unquote cringy and stupid that I decided to completely delete all of those videos as well as the channel. Now I have no way of getting those videos back, and believe me, I've tried and I've looked everywhere for them. I've been making YouTube videos for 10 years or so, and now I don't have a way of tracing back my roots. So please, 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 don't delete shit just because people are awful. So, ever since the incident, I promised myself to never ever delete any form of art I produced. Even if it's hidden somewhere in a garage or in an attic, in a notebook or in a hard drive, I know for a fact that I have everything I've made, except for Coldest Summer, which I technically still do have, but it's a whole thing. I have a folder in my computer that's full of every single drawing I've made. That goes from the avatars I used for my YouTube videos, the actual rendered drawings I post on my Twitter, practice animation, practice sketches, stuff on paint, unfinished artwork. Every single thing you can imagine that I've done digitally is here, or at least somewhere in my near vicinity. I even have access to some of the artwork I made for the games I was working on back in 2021. I still have some faith that I will work on some of these games, so I don't want to go in depth as to what they were about or show everything. As long as there is a bit of hope, I will keep this secret and then I will release them when I die or when the games come out, or I don't know. I actually think I even have some of the music I composed for those games. Which, fun fact, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on this channel, but for a while I was also very into composing music. I can play guitar, not good, but I can play, and I also took piano lessons for a while, but I never really got into it until I was maybe 16 or 17 and just had fun screwing around pressing random keys. Here are some of the songs that I have in my Google Drive. I know for a fact that these are gonna suck because I made these so long ago and I have no idea about music theory, so I just want to like give it a listen really quick. Okay, this is kind of like Saw music, you know? Okay, we're adding some bass. Actually, let me cook. I think I might be onto something here. Oh shit! This is kinda hard. Okay, wow. That's cool. I wasn't expecting that, honestly. Shout out to me. I cooked with that one. So now, if I have all of these things, even my bangers, saved, what happened to Coldest Summer? And it's actually a very fun... No, it's definitely a reason. I actually do have the folder for everything related to Coldest Summer in this computer. And when I say everything, I really do mean everything. So I have the sprite work, the concept art, title screens, some stuff that I didn't even get to show off in my Twitter or on my YouTube account. For example, I don't think I've ever shown on video the full cast of characters. So every single villager that's gonna be in the game, which I have shown on my Twitter, which you can go check it out if you'd like. I will probably repost them when this video comes out. So I'm just gonna show one character that I never got to show on the videos. But here's Whitney. Here's her sprites. She like breathes and blinks. That's like about it. But Whitney is here, you know? Here, for example, is one of the very first like town sketches, and actually it used to be an island, but by suggestion from one of my friends from Twitter, I decided to make it a town, and then this is how it looked. I also have like other doodles of just like fun stuff like Denji and Makima in the Coldest Summer art style. However, the game is now missing. And why is that? As you can see, here is the Coldest Summer folder, and I think this one should be the game itself. Here is where I would code the game. The software I was using is called Construct 2, and I wouldn't say I got far into development or anything, but we did get like functional text boxes. You were able to go around all of the town. You could enter the buildings. Maybe you couldn't interact with a lot of things, but there was a map you could interact with and visit all of the locations. Even if the animations were very rudimentary, the game had animations. But now I just can't access it. This happened because of a failure within the software itself. I never coded Coldest Summer using this computer, like the big computer that I showed you in my setup tour. I was using a laptop. For most of my YouTube career, I made videos on that single laptop. That laptop was pretty old, and it was a gaming laptop, which was pretty good by the time it came out. But now it had just become so slow that there was a period in time where writing 3 sentences in Word would just take hours upon hours over how slow it got. To the point where I'm not even sure if it turns on, but if it turns on, it takes hours for it to load. I was able to rescue most of my software and copy it into a different hard drive. That's the reason I still have the astrei avatar sprite, the art and coldest summer folder, etc. But the one thing that I forgot about was the software and the activation itself. I brought everything with me except for the installer that I needed. And since this software is pretty expensive, you know what I had to do? So now I don't even know which version of the Construct 2 software I was using was. So if I get an older version, most features won't be able to be worked on, and if I get a newer version, I don't know if those old settings still apply and won't mess with anything I've already worked on. So now, even if I click this, nothing will happen. Yeah, it just like sends me to software I can use to open it, but I just can't do it anymore. However, there is a solution. I could try to make the old computer work. I'm not sure if the monitor works either, but I guess I could try to find the installer. There is no guarantee that I still have it, but if it exists, it's there. And until then, coldest summer is just stuck in hell forever. It's a shame because coldest summer is very personal to me. I wouldn't say I'm a super Animal Crossing fan or anything, but I did play New Horizons, and very recently, I'm talking like a month ago, I got to play New Leaf, and I realized how much I connect to it. Animal Crossing is all about starting over in a new place where you don't know anyone, and bit by bit, you learn to love your current situation. This is something I really identify myself with, and that maybe was one of the factors that was missing in coldest summer. I felt when I was 17, which I believe was when I was developing it, I just had no clear idea of what I wanted the game to be other than it being a dating simulator, but I didn't know what the driving force or motivator was. But now that I've gotten to live by myself, I feel I've learned a bunch of things over starting over and meeting new people and accepting your situation and learning how to grow. I actually started sketching new concepts for the game in a notepad. I don't want to show everything once again because most of these things are just notes, but here are some silly doodles that I've made. This might be a roadblock for my game development / coldest summer journey, but I don't want it to be the end. I've noticed that ever since I started college and moved away, a lot of my creative spark has just died, but I really want to keep that part of me intact. I want to revive the part of me who loves to pursue these dreams, even if society thinks it's stupid and not worth it. You know, I would honestly prefer spending 8 hours of my day making people smile and drawing things I like, rather than wasting another second in my miserable minimum wage job where people treat me like shit. So yeah, that's about it. Anyway, this video was pretty weird and I don't even know how I'm going to format it. Sorry if Papa Astrei is a little confused, but yeah, I will try to post videos more frequently now that I'm in my summer break, and I've been having issues with my job that has been cutting my hours. So I don't know, maybe this will be a good opportunity for everyone and I'll start posting more. I actually have most of the script for the next video already written down, so it's just a matter of recording and tweaking some things, and I'll post something that I think you guys will really love, especially all the horror heads in the audience. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. That's it. Take care. Bye bye.